A city gripped by fear. Homes no longer felt safe, and a killer who could strike anyone, anywhere, at any time. He didn't follow rules. He didn't choose a single type of victim. He only left behind terror and a name the world would never forget. Richard Ramirez. The year is 1984. The place, California. What began as a series of seemingly random break-ins soon escalated into something far more sinister. Los Angeles, and eventually San Francisco, became the hunting grounds of a man who would later be called the Night Stalker. Unlike many serial killers, Ramirez didn't fit a predictable pattern. His victims ranged from young to old, male and female. Some were murdered, others were assaulted. All were left traumatized, and perhaps the most terrifying part, he attacked people in their own homes while they slept. Ramirez's attacks were brutal and unpredictable. He would break into homes late at night, often through unlocked windows or doors, armed with whatever he could find. Guns, knives, even household items. He carried out violent assaults with no clear motive beyond control and destruction. Some victims were shot, others were stabbed. In many cases, he demanded valuables, but robbery was never the true objective. As the attacks continued, fear spread rapidly. Residents began locking their doors, installing alarms, and even sleeping with weapons nearby. The media coverage intensified the panic. The name Night Stalker became synonymous with pure terror. One of the most disturbing aspects of Ramirez's crimes was his behavior at the scenes. He often left behind symbols linked to satanic imagery, including pentagrams. He forced some victims to swear allegiance to Satan. This added a psychological layer to the crimes, turning fear into something almost ritualistic. Investigators began to understand that they weren't just dealing with a criminal. They were dealing with someone who wanted to instill fear on a massive scale. At first, law enforcement struggled. The randomness of the attacks made it incredibly difficult to predict his next move. There was no clear pattern, no consistent victim profile, and very little forensic evidence. But slowly, pieces began to come together. Fingerprints lifted from crime scenes were finally matched to a known individual, Richard Ramirez. His face was released to the public, and then something remarkable happened. The people of California took matters into their own hands. On August 31st, 1985, Ramirez was spotted in East Los Angeles. Recognized from news reports, he was chased down by a group of ordinary citizens. He tried to escape, but the crowd caught him. In a moment that felt almost cinematic, the man who had terrorized an entire state was beaten and held until police arrived. It wasn't just an arrest. It was a community reclaiming its sense of safety. During his trial, the full extent of Ramirez's crimes came to light. He was linked to at least 13 murders, along with numerous assaults and burglaries. The randomness that once confused investigators became clear. It was part of his method. He thrived on unpredictability. In 1989, Ramirez was convicted and sentenced to death. He remained on death row until his death in 2013. The Night Stalker case changed how people viewed personal safety. It highlighted the importance of home security, public awareness, and media involvement in criminal investigations. It also showed how community action could play a crucial role in